Live.
We're live, baby.
Hey, everybody! It's Festool Live for Festool Canada. We're going to get rid of my 6-foot stick. It's warming up, so I'm going to get rid of my toque. I wore that for you, Canada. Woohoo! Hopefully I said toque right. All right. Okay. Hey, I just want to call this out. We're doing this for IG, for Festool Canada. This is a special edition. We normally don't do Festool Live exclusively for Festool Canada. You can see us every single Friday at 12 noon on the Festool USA YouTube channel. We do it live on YouTube every Friday. I just wanted to call that out. But when we were asked to do this, we were wicked stoked, and I say we. I'm calling out my board guy right here. This is Big D on the board. Right here on the camera is Chris. Woo. And we also have Brent Shively. He's our other North America trainer. He's online on the chat answering your questions. So thank you, Brent, for being there today. Okay, so today's episode is Generation 3 Systainers. So I'm just going to walk you through. By the way, thank you for being there. It's Tuesday. You're supposed to be working. Okay, good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the new Generation 3 Systainers that are coming out. You've probably seen some of them coming out as we were releasing tools. We've been putting them into new Systainers, so you probably have some questions. We're going to try to get those questions answered as I go through this demonstration today. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, when I first heard we were coming out with a new Systainer, I went, oh, you got to be kidding me. But guess what? I did that back in, I think it was 2011, when we went from the classic Systainer. You know which one I'm talking about? This one right here. Look, I'll pull it out. It had the 4 tabs on it right here. Look, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and that's how you lock them together. And I said, oh, my God. And when you see the syswall we have here, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I got to switch them all out because we were going to this one. We were upgrading to the T-LOC. And I was like, oh, man. But once I saw what the T-LOC is, and I'm getting, follow me on this, we're always going to innovate our tools and our Festool systems for you because you give us killer feedback. So the T-LOC, check it out, okay, can still lock to what we call the classic, the oldest style, but you can't lock the classic on top. All right, now, here is the new Generation 3. See how it locks? And guess what? You can lock the T-LOC to Generation 3 Systainer, and you can also lock T-LOC on top of the Generation 3. So I just want to point that out to you really quick. And let's take it a step further. We're not going to forget about all of you who've purchased Festool all those years where you can still take the classic and lock it to the bottom of Generation 3. So the big thing about T-LOC when it came out a few years back was if you've ever owned these, whoopsie, I'm breaking stuff already. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay? If you've had a stack of Festool, when it was in Classic, okay, where was your tool? It was always at the bottom. But with T-LOC, because everything locked together, whoopsie, let me get a T-LOC, you could open up the stack just by going like this and opening it up. They all stay together. That was the biggie with T-LOC. I just have it on a Generation 3, and you can still do it with Generation 3. So I just wanted to point out that we didn't forget about you. You could still integrate the very old system, to the new system of Systainers. But what do we do when we innovate at Festool? We always make it better because we've been listening to you. Some of your trials and tribulations of using your Systainers. I'm just going to tuck this back. Okay, now, we've upgraded a lot. But what I'm going to point out is I'm just going to take one of the Systainers right here, and this is the 1112. And you're going to notice the handle right away. It folds forward. With a T-LOC, it folded back. And this came about because of racking systems, whether in the U.S., for your van or truck, when you push it in, the handle will fold flat. So when you pull it out, and here's the new handle, when you pull it out, you can pull it straight out and carry it. Okay? It locks in. Also, as I open this up, if you've ever stacked Systainers before together, and maybe they get skewed like this, sometimes the cover or the top doesn't line up with the bottom part here. If you notice right here, see how this is ramped, where it goes from thin to thick? That will actually line up the hood a lot better to the bottom of the Systainer. You got a little place here if you want to put a zip tie to lock it. You got plenty of labeling options on here. Okay, everything clicks in and out. You're going to notice on the bottom the heavy ribbing. This way here, it's really, really rigid. But the other thing that's super important on this, instead of just 2 hinges, there's a middle third hinge. Okay, so we really upgraded it. Okay, and that's where it just begins. Okay, if you're going to store this in a vertical position, you don't want this whole point here to rub. You see these little tabs right here? You could store it in a vertical position like this. So you can slip it in and out really easy. Okay, now, here's where I get really confused and I want to get started here. Now, the side, okay, so there's 2 series of Systainers. There's the M, okay, the M being the same width and same depth as the Classic and the T-LOC, okay? So wherever your T-LOCs fit is where your Generation 3 is going to fit. But what's changed, okay? Instead of having a Systainer, the heights have changed. Instead of having Systainer 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they jump in 25 millimeter, 50 millimeter, and 100 millimeter. Follow me on this. The commonality or the common denominator is the 1/112. It's the same height as the Systainer 1, but that's where it stops. If you add 25 to that, what do you get? 137. Okay, that's your 137. If you add, 50 to that, you get the 187. Okay, if you add 50 to that, 50 millimeters, it bumps in 25 millimeter increments. 2 times 25 is 50. Okay, you get 237. Then it jumps in 100. Okay, to 337, then 437. That's the M series. Same width, same depth as your T-LOC and Classic. Okay, so is there going to be a lot of adjustability on in your trucks, in your shops? Just a little bit, not much. There's going to be a few variances in the smaller ones, but this is like a Sys 5 and this is like a Sys 4, and a lot of your tools come like that. Now, I showed you this pull-out handle. I wanted to point that out, okay? Because when we first released these last year, when they were coming out with some of our coolest tools, I was getting a lot of questions about, hey, check this out. Look, you see how that pops out on the 137 and on the 112? Okay, and the 187. Well, a lot of you were calling in, and you see how this can't open up? It's not supposed to. It's just that if you put it in a racking system, you can pull it forward. So the 237, 337, and 437, they're permanent. Do not try to take a pry bar and take it off, okay? I just wanted to show you that. Pretty simple, okay? And that's all designed to be in a racking system. Now, I'm gonna go a step further here and say, you see this width? This is where it changes, and it's really cool because you guys have asked for this. Check it out. In a 137, 187, and 237 size, we now have the L size. Okay, it's long, L for long, and when I open it up, look at all the storage inside. So this is really, you guys are always asking, hey man, I got an extra long tool, or I got a nail gun or something. And look, now you have storage for your stuff or your gear inside your shop. Okay, and that's just beginning when I show you the L series. And when I say just beginning, check this out. We now have, right here, XXL. Okay? I'm going to open this up. It has 2 T-LOCs, everybody. It's got a center handle. Okay? But when you open it up, look at the storage in there. Okay? But what's wicked cool on this is how everything integrates and stacks. Check it out. Look, I could put a T-LOC here. I mean, I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. I can put a Generation 3 here, and you see how I can stack them side by side? I can now take, look, an L series and stack it right here, and I can keep going. I can go on the job site just like that. Now, one of the questions we get all the time, when you remember, and maybe you don't remember, or maybe you have something like this, your original Planex came in what is known as a maxi Systainer, right? And where do you want to store that? On top of your dust extractor, your CT36AC. Well, check out the new XXL. Okay, I think this is the 337. It is XXL. And if you have another Systainer, you put it on your Systock, and any Systock or any stack you have, and you can mount it, look, forward or aft, just like this. I mean, I've actually forced it on top of the Systock, but it sticks up or cants ever so slightly. I'll always suggest put another Systainer in there. Okay, but there you go, and you can go to the job site like that and keep stacking them and go just like that. Okay, I want to point that out so you can see that. Whew. Okay, so I've covered L series, XXL series, and M series. Now, there's another, not series, but another height. It's called the 89 height. All right, check this out. 89 is for these boxes right here, 89 millimeters tall. Okay, you can buy them empty. Check this out. Open it up, and you can see all these little nodes in here. Okay, and up top here. So if I take these boxes that have, and look at all the different sizes. All right, you can customize these. These have these little points here that actually go inside here and lock in. But the most important part about this is when I lock that lid, those nodes lock on top too. So I could take that, and what's going to happen inside your van or your truck? That's going to toss around. Check. Woo! Look at that. It holds it all in there. And you can customize these any which way you want with all these boxes. It's a system, baby! As you all lock it in. And look at all these different sizes that you can put in. Now, one of the questions we had when we did one of these recently, these are the old style boxes. These work in the 3-drawer Systainers. Those are staying in our lineup, but those are too tall. So those won't go in here. It's because they don't have those little nodes on the bottom to lock in. Okay, so you can get an L and an M that are empty. Follow? So come in here so you can see this. You can get an M and L, no boxes included. And this is where I always want you to read these, right? See, that's M89 Sys organizer. But then we have another one that we trick out where you're going to have, look, 6 boxes. It doesn't come with the hardware. That's just something I'm showing you. Okay? And then we have another one. You'll see it says 22, I believe. And when I open that up, there's 22 boxes included. On the L series, there's, I believe, a 10 and a 6 box series. There's your, what's that say, Chris? 10? Okay, thank you. Yep. God, one of these days. 20. And 20, see? That's why I have Chris here. So those are all the boxes. But what I really wanted to point out today is we got other box sizes available. So you're just not limited to what comes in. You can go and you can, what I always like to teach people is you can customize the Festool system to your needs. And we've really upped the game on all the storage possibilities. All right, now, woo, let's go over here as we go. I got a few more things to show you. You probably all have seen these, or maybe you folks up there have a few of these. These are the toolboxes. We had 2 styles where you see the handle. It would nestle. This is the T-LOC version where you would lock it together like this, okay? And there you go, and you would stack your gear in there like that. But the handle was always sticking up, and it would nest. But most importantly is you see this center bump? That's where the under handle nests. You were very limited. Check out the new style in L and M series. And look, in height, 137 and 237. Check out the handle. Look at this. The handle goes either forward, it locks down, or aft. Okay? But let's look inside because this is what's really cool. There are no dividers in there. See that? The excitement of boxes. Okay. Also, you have storage up top here. And where this really counts for me is I can now store a gallon of premium paint in there and my hand sanitizer. All right, so there you go. But look at the storage in here. You could put a gallon of paint in there, painters. Whew. Okay, so remember I talked about the history of innovation on the Systainer. Okay, the box, right? The storage container, the organizer, right? But it's also important, and I don't have them all in here, but being around Festool for a couple of years, this is our 3rd generation of Systainer. Okay, so I remember if you own any of these, I do at home. They were deep blue and green tabs for the classics, and they had small wheels, and they were always catching on anything. We came out with a different Systainer a few years ago. We put bigger wheels on it and a better locking system. Well, we just upped it, and check it out. Here's our new Systainer. I'm going to unlock that T-tab down below. I'm going to take it off so you can see it. You'll see how you can lock over here the XXL series. You can lock the L series. You can lock the M series on here. You have a carry handle here, a carry handle here. Okay, but if you've noticed something, as I've been going all around the Systainers, whether M, L, or even on the Systainer, I haven't talked about this groove here. And that is something that you really got to understand because this is the biggest thing, I think. Derek, it's the biggest thing you're getting a lot of questions on, isn't it? Is about this groove and what it's for. So what I want to do is I want to take you over here and show you the groove on the L. You'll see that groove on the M. Okay, so it's for these, and that's all I'm going to say. Any questions? I'm just kidding. Okay, whether it's an M or an L. All right, follow me over here, everybody. Okay, check it out. I have them on here of this cabinet I made. And what they are is they're basically drawer slides. Okay, that's one word I can't say is drawer. They're drawer slides. Okay, yes, there's an L, and there's a left and a right. And Chris, hopefully we can get in here. I'm going to rake the light. You got 2 dimensions right on here with T-LOCs, and one of them reads 418 and 530, I thought it was. Yep, and 530. So I cut, for this L series, I cut these at 530. See them right here? My tops and bottoms for this cabinet. All right? And there's a reason. Check it out. This is what these are for. I could take this, tilt it in, and there we go. And it's that easy. And that's why we have these front handles for pulling stuff out. Just like this. Yeah, I got it. Look. This is what I mean by racking system. See? Look. I got those handles to pull out. I can pull it out like this. So your storage possibilities are endless. And it's this quick. To the point, whoopsie, I'm good like that. How many times have you done that with T-LOCs, everybody? You put it in, and this is sticking proud. But that's the beauty of Festool. Tough tools for the toughest demands. See this? I even designed the cabinet so I can store what? My new Systainer. So there you go. Those are the rails. Now, you've probably designed a lot of cabinets to work with what? The Sys Drawer AZs. And you know what? That's why the M series still works in there, just like this. Okay? It fits the old T-LOC style, M width. All right? To the point where, yes, the drawer system for the sys ports, which are discontinued, still works with the new Generation 3. Now, these are available. These rails, okay, they're the same for L and M. The only difference is your distance here, okay? And I think you get 8 of them, 4 lefts, 4 rights. They're drawer slides, and they're very well priced.
And Brent put the part number in the comments.
Oh, he did put the part number in there? Yep. There's a pack of 8, okay? 4 lefts, 4 rights. As I'm looking around, I want to make sure I covered everything. Oh, no, come on over. Woo! Man, we're always organizing, aren't we? Okay, there's a new Generation 3 with a router bit insert. Okay, look at all the storage for all your router bits. What a way to be organized on the job site. Of course, there are always paper Systainers. This is for your 6-inch. Okay. Boy, I'm so glad I didn't forget this one. This is for your RO90 paper right here, where it fits what? The round paper and the triangle for the detail head paper. But this is what's really a cool improvement. Okay, so if you have an orbital sander, DTS, you know the one that looks like an iron? Or you have, and there's a paper Systainer for that type of paper. And then there's one for, if you have the RTS, that's the one that work, or LS130, there's a paper Systainer for that. And then if you have one of our 5-inch random orbit sanders or Rotexes, that's the same style paper, or you have 5-inch paper for, you may have an RAS 115, the RAS, okay? Check it out. We have one Systainer that works for all the papers now. 5-inch Delta paper and the rectangular paper for the RTS and LS130. So that's a multi-storage Systainer insert for Generation 3 Systainers. Okay, as I look around the room, I want to make sure I covered everything. What do you guys think?
I think we're good.
I think we got it. The new Sys cart, the new Sys toolboxes, the new rails.
Brent's been handling all the questions. I think we only had one that we didn't answer, and it was about the color. But yeah, we already have the one Sys3 in the blue already.
Yep.
So they'll be coming out, and that was from Lord Johnny. So
cool.
Thank you, Lord Johnny, for all your questions today.
Hopefully everybody saw the integration. We didn't leave anybody out, whether you still have classics or you still have T-LOCs, fully integratable. So once again, we're never, ever going to stop innovating. From our team, I just want to say thank you very, very much, Canada, for letting us come and have some fun on a Tuesday here in North America. Hopefully the rest of your week goes well. Don't forget to tune in Friday on the Festool USA YouTube channel for Festool Live. I think we're up to this will be episode 39. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, and we'll talk to you soon. That's a wrap.